70 or 80 yards. She looks like she's coming back his way. We just had a spike chasing her in the field around here. She went over there and started eating in the Big Sexy. And the spike went off into the left over here. We had an 8-point this morning come out. It didn't get close enough. It wasn't really a shooter. He walked across the top of the field here and around, and then he went down to the bottom field. So, if that though, I don't know if I could show you. She's out over here. It's gonna be it'll be hard to get the camera on her. Hopefully she comes through and I'll show you guys. Just got off the phone with Bob. He's not hunting our lease, but he hunted it yesterday. He just seen 2 young doe. And there's a new 8-point that showed up on the lease, but he's really wide, but he ain't enormous. It'd be a good buck for next year. Or if Bob's son Brandon comes down this year, I may film him out of the blind up there. But other than that, we've seen, 4 deer? We only seen 4 deer, but that's what happens when you hunt field edges like this. We're not in the woods. Bob's seen like 7 or 8 different bucks. Hey Daniel, what's up, buddy? But it's a little chilly. It's a perfect day out, bluebird skies, and we have that front coming in tomorrow. Is my audio okay and my video okay? It's a little dark in here because it's the blind. But yeah, we thought we'd see a lot more deer, but that's what happens. Hey Jason, that's what happens when you hunt the field edges. Hey Diana, sorry Dana. What's up, brother? Good luck, loud and clear. Good. What's up, Sean? Oh, we don't have Jason in here. We got Diana in there. I thought it was Jason. Yeah, we had an 8-point come in this morning and a doe. And now we have a doe out here in our Big Sexy food plot eating. And the spike was just chasing her around, but the spike gave up on her and went out into the field and went out into the woods in this corner here. So, but when you're hunting field edges like this, hey Tyler, when you're hunting field edges, it's hard to get bucks. We're not in the travel corridors. We're just on a destination food plot. So, but there's a doe out there, but I think she's young. I don't think she's going to be able to get into heat this year. I don't know. It's usually based on body weight and age. I'll show you guys a setup real quick. I'm going to lower this so I can lift it up, and I'll show you the setup here. See, that's what we're looking at right there, guys. That buck went in over there. I'll see if I can move this and show you this other side real quick. See if you can see this doe out here. She's straight out there. She is right there, feeding. And then there's some nice woods right there. What's up? What's up, Ern Dizzle? So we're just sitting here, hanging out. Hopefully something comes in a shooter. We got all day. We're going to sit all day today. See what happens. Got a bunch of pears on the pear tree still. I got down here last night. I did a live last night a little bit. I got here like what, 9:30?
Yeah.
Like between 9 and 9:30. Let's see what he says. Doesn't matter if you dress. I don't like to dress and put all my clothes on at the house. I don't wear my boots to it either. I always change into my boots. Like when I'm driving, I don't use them to drive. I just change when I get there. That doe's still out there. I'm just waiting to see. I'm waiting to see a buck come up from my right over here. But the wind's blowing from right to left. It's the east-northeast wind, which is good. Them deer didn't even know we were in there. Now that buck this morning come out and looked right at the blind and then walked across the field. But I'm taking, it's the slow time right now. That's why I wanted to go live. But if we have any action, I'll show you guys. But it can happen at any time. We got my dad's crossbow strung up yesterday. So his Excalibur's ready to go. He just got it sighted in. He's using my crossbow today because we know it's on. Don't like to come out in a field if you don't know what you're shooting, how your equipment's shooting. You don't want to shoot at a deer and not know where you're shooting. But I'm thinking this field edge, like where we're at on the fruit plot, probably be good this evening. But as long as we have deer out here, there's always a chance of something coming in. So, but that spike come up, he was up her butt, ran around her for a second, chased her into the woods, and then the doe came back out, and the buck was behind it. The spike, it's about a 6-7 inch spike, and it just gave up on her and walked off. He went in right where the 8-point come out of this morning. Okay, what's he doing? Says, so what I was planning on doing is spraying scent killer in my truck, wearing my thermals and maybe a pair of sweats. Only 10 minute drive. Yeah, I would do that. Just spray down. And then when you get to your spot, get out of the truck and get changed and go in. Leave your boots off. And then go in. We're going to see a buck. I don't know where that doe is now. She's working her way back this way. We got the Jinx some scents out. We got the Bewitched and the Ecstasy, or we'll call it X now, because you can't say ecstasy. So I said ecstasy. But they're calling it X. EX is the abbreviation now, because they were having some issues posting. And when they called it ecstasy, they weren't allowed to do it. So we're going to call it ecstasy on this channel. Unless I get a little bump or a little hit, then I'll call it X. But it's weird, they'll put on all these sex videos and violence on these platforms, and you can't say your product name. That's goofy. But we'll let that go for now. So anyway, what rig are you guys rocking today, Bo? We got the crossbow. My dad's shooting my 10-point Havoc, the 440 RS. And it's freshly lubed up. I waxed all the I don't use wax, I use the the liquid. I don't like the wax on it because I think the wax will bind up and it collects dirt, so I use the, yeah, for sure, Tyler. What? Yeah, my dad was using his bow yesterday. He had a couple deer in the field, like 8 deer, and the dog came up and started barking and cleared the field out last night. So we don't like dogs chasing our deer around. But I don't have it in me to shoot a dog. But yeah, Tyler, go over to my description of my videos and click on my link and use my code OFFTHEHOOKOUTDOORS and you'll save 10%. The only thing it doesn't work on is the apparel because it's a print on demand, so they can't give you the discount on the apparel. But you can get the 10% discount on if you use my code OFFTHEHOOKOUTDOORS. Just go to any one of my videos, Tyler, and click on the link. It's in the description. They got another cool product out right now. It's called the Bad Omen Rope. There's a squirrel right there. There was a real big squirrel in the food plot. My dad thought it was a fox. Where'd she go?
I don't see her.
I don't know where she went. She's out there somewhere. It's crazy how you could be standing there. I was out this morning and signal sucked. Yeah, I'm pretty fortunate up in the blind. We get a good signal, but we don't get a signal in the house. I had to do my live on the porch yesterday outside, and it was cold. I just wanted to bring you guys along, show you what we do here. But we're going to be sitting all day. So, yeah, we're going to sit all day today because it's the rut November 9th. I tend to make fishing, hunting procedures harder than they need to be. Yeah, sometimes you could overthink what you're doing. But I'm goofy like that. I do overthink everything. But I always think of what could happen. People say I got OCD. My wife does anyway. I think she's crazy. But yeah, I'm real particular about stuff, like getting into the stand, leaving the stand, scent. But we have a scent wick out there. I haven't got my hex sticks yet from Jinxum, but I have a scent wick and I have it loaded up with X. I gotta start saying X. So we have it loaded up, but as I was walking in down this field edge, I had Bewitched and X with me, and I put it on my boots and I walked in, and as I was walking, I was dripping it as I was walking in. So this whole field edge right here has a scent drag. My wife crazy too. So I don't know if she's listening, but I'll probably hear it later. But she's cool. She lets me do what I love to do. So she's with the kids right now. She went to a football game last night. And then I'm coming home tonight. Get ready. That's a squirrel. Yeah, we got 2 squirrels running around behind us. It sounded like a deer was coming. That's the only thing I hate about blinds is I can't see everywhere. You always got to look out the windows. You got to have your head on a swivel. I like my open stands that I can see everywhere, but this definitely keeps the sound and everything down. And they're definitely used to this stand. It's been here about, 20 years? It's been here for a long time. But, like, that thing is loud. See him? I can't see that though anymore. But anyway, before I was interrupted by squirrels. I'm going home tonight and then packing up, and then I got a muskie tournament tomorrow up in Johnstown. And it's going to be wet and cold tomorrow. So it's going to be miserable, but it's going to be a good day for fishing for muskie because it's going to be crappy out. Crappy weather, good muskie weather. So, but we got a bunch of pairs still in the tree too, so, and there's pairs across the field, and they all seem to be walking over there and eating the pairs. So it's hard to get them to come over now. That spike could have been shot. I've been told, J-Town, well known for I Love Lucy. La Fala. There you go. But it could happen at any minute. Like we saw that doe, and that doe looked back. Then all of a sudden the spike comes out. We didn't see the spike until it come out into the field. Chased her around. She walked to the right and he went to the left, and that was it. So he was just testing her. But that doe is young. I almost thought it was a button buck, but it wasn't. That doe's still there. I'm just waiting for a buck to come up this funnel right here. That 8-point this morning walked on exactly the same way we walked up, which is a good sign because he didn't spook. He walked right down. He didn't catch our central. I didn't do our central, so we got into the field. He was on the edge of the field, and he didn't hit that central. I think if he would have hit that trail, he would have come walking right down here. But we got the Semwick about 20 yards out in front of us, and the wind's blowing down, and there's a travel corridor to the left of us. And last week, the buck walked down that way, and I was hoping that this scent blows down there, which it is. And I'm hoping that something comes up from the left because it's really thick on the left side of us. I'm going to look behind me real quick. You guys haven't hit that like button, hit it. It helps out. I can see that food plot down there pretty good. There's a gray squirrel right there. But that's like a perfect funnel down here to the left of us. It's like a finger that connects these other woods, the other woods we can't hunt, but these woods connect to it. So hopefully they come moving back up and down there. But the majority of them come out right in front of us. It's really thick here. We have a ladder stand over there, but there's some down brush around it now, and it's right, the deer trail goes right under the stand, literally right between the ladder and the tree. They walk right under it, so we don't hunt it, but we're going to have to move it. I'm going to put a stand in there next year, I think, or I'm going to go further down. And I have 2 stands down in the valley by a creek crossing, which is really good for the rut, but it's only a 1-man stand. And then I have a double ladder as well down there for like my son, but my son likes this stand because he shot 4 deer in 3 years out of this, so he don't want to go anywhere else. But there's a ton of pears still on the tree. Yeah, that buck went down around us and went down to that bottom food plot, and I happened to be looking down through there, and I seen it just run across the field over to this corner, and I thought it must have seen something and ran after it. Thanks for sharing links, Diana. And then I looked down, and that doe that went in earlier, because that doe walked right down our central right past us and went in. We just need a buck to do that. But she went down that way, And I looked in the field, and she ended up down in our bottom food plot across the field, and she was feeding. And then that one doe come out again out here, and that spike was with her. But we haven't seen any big bucks here. I know there's a big 10. I know there's a big 12. There's a really nice 7-point. I think my dad would shoot either one of them. And the 2 small 8s that need another year or 2. Nothing coming down that gas line. See, I'm thinking that gas line's something's gonna happen there. Something's gonna come out of this corner. It's gonna have a rack on it. How comfortable you feel shooting 40? No. 40?
Yeah.
You could shoot 100 if you wanted, but I don't recommend it.
I can't see that far.
Yeah. So, but we're just here hanging out. I would be like other channels and I'd just click it onto the field and let you stare the field for hours, but I like to talk. But it's beautiful out today. Any day can happen. It's November 9th. It's my favorite day to hunt. I shot a lot of bucks before, like the 7th, 8th, 9th, and up to the 12th. That's like my favorite time, between the 7th and the 12th. I like to be in the woods those days. But unfortunately, I'm tagged out. But from what I've been seeing the last couple, what my buddy's been seeing, I'm glad I got it early. Because he's seen his shooter today, Bob. He's seen his shooter at 50 yards with a doe. And he's seen 7 different bucks today. He just sent me a picture of the new 8 on the lease. And it's, I didn't bring any energy drinks because they're bad for you. But I should have brought 1 or 2.
No, you shouldn't.
But yeah, anytime something can jump out, so we're just going to roll with it. So bear with me if I'm not talking all the time. You guys get a chance, share this out so more people come in. I want to see if I can. See, I don't see the doe again. I don't know where the heck she goes. They eat here for a long time. No, I don't see her. I don't know, I keep saying that, but then she keeps popping up. I think they go underground and then they pop back up. They dig holes. Deer dig holes and then they pop up on the other side. I can't see her anywhere. She's probably still out there somewhere. I just want to hear grunting and running and just see a rack coming through the woods. That's an awesome feeling to see a buck coming like that. I remember a couple years ago, I was over the hill at the creek and nothing was happening. It was like 10:30. And all of a sudden a doe come running over from the power line and his big buck, was with her. He came within 10 yards of me, but he wouldn't stop. And then finally I ended up shooting him and I hit him straight in the shoulder blade. And he fell down and rolled, got up and ran out to the power line. And I went out and I found about 2 drops on a leaf out there. And I walked all the way across the power line and up. Hey Dean, what's up, buddy? And I lost that deer. And then I was down there by myself for a while, a week. And I went back out. And I left at 10:30 and I went back to the camp. And at 11 o'clock, another buck came through. I got a nice picture of him, just a rack. And I left. That's why I don't like leaving in a rut, ever. But I could leave any time now because I'm done. But I like going out. I am cutting a video this week. So, do you take people out to hunt, to learn, etc. at your Ohio property? I don't take people out to learn or like guide them because we have a lease. And there's 2 other people on the lease. And it wouldn't be fair if I took people down there to hunt without being, paid for the lease. So, no, I don't take anybody out in Ohio. And this is private property we're on. This is our hunting club property. It's about 100 acres. And we got a deer management program down here. But if you pay me a lot of money, I'll bring you down. I'm just kidding. We don't have guests on our property. We used to do that, but then people started getting pissed because people's guests were shooting deer and shooting game, and the people that are paying to hunt here didn't like that, which it's only right. You have to become a member to have the privileges that we have, and it's pretty cheap. It's like $50 a month, and you get the whole house. You get a key. You can come down whenever you want. So it's really a nice. No, we don't have like shooting. We have a shooting range, but it ain't really a shooting range. And then we don't have like skeet shooting or anything like that. We have a little pond that the kids can fish in. We stocked it with bass a few years ago. Bass, bluegill, catfish. So we have that. We don't even really ride quads and stuff down here anymore because I want to find something like that up near me. I'm sure you could find leases, Tyler, if you go online up by you. Just put in your zip code and see. There's another deer coming out right here. Right there, there's a doe, Dad. Right there. Straight. Where's she at?
Right there.
Where?
Straight ahead and for me.
No,
She's running.
Right there.
Yeah, that's what I said, straight in for me.
So there's a deer right there, guys. See her walking.
She's almost gray looking.
Yeah, but watch behind her. Something might be coming. That's a different deer.
Strange color.
See her right there, guys. Let me zoom in a little bit. She just came out. I'm going to keep it down that way it stays steady. She's feeding out there. Let me lift this up a little bit for you guys. If I can lift this thing up. There you go. See her up straight ahead of us, guys. Now we're waiting for a big rack to come out. Let me move this down a little bit, just like that. Jeez, I can't get this to move. Hold on. There we go. I told you they dig holes and pop up on the other side of the field. But that's a young doe. We've been getting a lot of these young doe in here. And we need to have a buck, an older doe, I think, to bring in the bigger bucks. That's just what I think. So we'll see. We'll see what comes in. It's good that they're coming at all times too. I'm going to look out there. I'm going to leave this on this doe here because something might come out to the left of the tree that you guys are staring at. Right, where's my finger? Right there. Look, over there is where they're going to come out at. If you grab that crossbow, Dad, make sure I move this stand.
Yeah, right.
But she's just, see how she's across there feeding on the pears. And that other doe is still out here.
Is she?
Yeah, she's over here. So we got 2 young doe in the field. I want her to see how far I can zoom into this. Oh, I can zoom in pretty good. Can you guys see that all right? You guys see that doe? Let me know if you are. If you can see it. I went right behind that tree now. But there might, I'm hoping something comes out. Let's move it. Yep, okay, you can see it. All right, there she goes. She's behind a tree. There's another doe to the right of us, about 80 yards. So we got the deer, but we want something coming behind them. They're so young, and I think they're not in estrus or anything yet, so it won't pull a buck in. Now, them little bucks are crazy. They're just doing what they do. what they know. You know, they're just running around chasing these young ones. I wouldn't be surprised if that spike comes back. If that spike's behind her, because that spike went in that way. But that's definitely, the other doe's still out to the right of us. That's what I mean, they pop up. You never know. But they love that side over there. She looks like, yeah, she's over there eating them, some pears. Just keep an eye out that behind her, because some deer will come to that edge, you know? Yeah, that's what a buck will do. A buck will stay in that thickest stuff behind her and just tend them and walk. Right? You won't even see them. You're just, you don't know what's there. But that's good. We got 2 deer actively feeding in the field. So, I don't know. We'll see. It's the rut, baby. Anything can happen.
Do you see the other one?
I don't know. Maybe it's a buck.
Come across it and go, shh.
Oh yeah, that other doe's walking now. Yeah, yeah. That other doe's coming across. Yeah, that doe's gone. They see each other.
A little bit difference in colors.
Yep, one's gray, one's red. We just need to have an old gray-faced buck, old silver-top buck come in. She's still there. Yeah, she's looking. That deer's looking right at her. Is she walking over to you?
And she stopped. She's standing right between the trees.
All right.
They're staring at each other.
Are they? Yeah, they're definitely 2 different groups of doe.
This one to the right, the brown one, the red one's a lot bigger.
Yeah, we just need a buck to come out now. I'm going to say we'll probably get real lucky and have the big spike come back out. I just love filming deer. At least we got some action for you guys to take a look at. Where's she at?
Right behind these 2.
Does she see that? Does she see the other one?
Yeah, they're both looking at each other.
Oh, I see her, yeah. They are staring at each other. That's funny. Come on, buck. All right, everybody. If you're in the chat, hit #buck. And then a buck will come out. It's type on demand. When you type buck, then we'll see one. But that doe is staring right directly at the other doe. If you could see the reaction to her. Another thing is, too, you could watch the deer's body language. #buck. Thank you. Now we're going to see a buck. Everybody's putting #buck in. But we'll see what happens.
She's scared. They're both running.
Okay.
Something's scared them.
Okay. Where did the other one go?
On way, that way, to the gas line, towards your stand.
All right.
The other one went to the left.
I don't see the wind swirling. Or I don't think the wind swirled.
No.
Something spooked on me.
It's over there again.
All right, don't move your hand in the window.
They're not
You're
there.
getting nuts.
What's that?
No, the wind's blowing in our face, so it wasn't. You could see this. I'm gonna go like this. See that smoke I'm putting out there? It's blowing right back into us, so that must mean there's a big buck. I'm gonna keep looking. Which way did that other doe go, Dad?
One went that way and one went that way.
Alright. One went up the gas line?
To the right of the gas line.
Like in towards the block stand. The ladder stand.
Yeah, did you hear that?
What?
Sound like a car door slam.
I don't hear nothing. No, I don't hear nothing. I don't know what it ran. Alright, well, you guys are stuck looking at me again. Okay.
It was strange.
I didn't hear any corridor.
I was way after that.
Alright, so we'll see what happens. I mean, he could have seen something or whatever and bolted. I don't see nothing out here to the right at all.
So sure scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, that was weird. What? Go down through the woods a little bit. Go that way. Alright, well, my dad left. He has to go to the bathroom. So now we'll see the buck when he leaves. See what happens. I want to see where he's walking. He's walking down through the woods to the right because I don't want him to go out into the field and walk. But it's funny. He has to go to the bathroom. Now's when the buck will walk out. We only have 8 likes, guys, so please share this video out. Share the live out to your friends. Put it on your community tab. Let's get some more people in here. I see a deer again, guys. But it's in that thicket. I seen him moving in the thicket, so we'll see if we can see him again, and then I'll move. I'm gonna move his back out. But there's something in the woods over there, for sure. Yeah, if you guys wouldn't mind, share this out. Glacier shark, or anything I see in the woods was a squirrel when I went that week. Okay. Lambo drives. We would spell it with our hashtags. Yeah, you were too loud with the hashtags, buddy. Thank you for doing that. But I still see there's a deer over here moving around. I don't know what it is though. They'll probably come back out. Close this door though, so I don't want the light behind me. But if you guys can share this out, share it out on Facebook, share it out on Instagram, share it out on TikTok, wherever you guys want to share it out at. I know my dad's gonna see it. Trapper City, what's up, buddy? Yeah, I don't know. I see a lot of people going live on like Facebook and TikTok hunting. They do the vertical style. I like the vertical style to get it out there. And like I said, we're here all day, so I may do another live later as well. And I might do a vertical. Some channels think like the vertical lives get seen by a lot of people, but most of the time they're scrolling. And if they stop on it, it's considered a view. But if you look at your watch time, there's not much watch time on the vertical lives. Unless you really can get people to watch it, then it's good for your channel. But if you're doing vertical lives all the time and you're getting people viewing it, but you're not getting a watch time, it'll actually hurt your channel with getting pushed out. That's why I like doing these streams like the horizontals. Plus you could see a little better and stuff like that. But I'm sure I'll hear my dad coming back up. But yeah, the only thing I'm going to break for is like a pee break. A T and P break. But I'm actually hoping nothing comes out while my dad's down there. What's funny is it's only a few hundred yards to our cabin. And he'll go down, go to the bathroom, and then come back up. And we'll see what happens. But I seen something in the woods over there moving, and I think it was that deer that ran off. It was walking in there. If I see any more deer here, I'll definitely put you guys on them, for sure. So thanks for coming in, Trapper Scotty. I appreciate you. If you guys please hit that like button. But yeah, I wasn't doing many lives hunting, and I figured, what the heck? If I'm here hanging out, you guys can hang out with me. And what's the next best thing to not hunting is coming out with me and hunting. So I know something's gonna walk in here when he's gone, and then he's gonna walk up and spook them out. But those deer just feed in this area, which is nice. But when you're hunting the rut on a field, it's very hard to get that buck in front of you. Hey MB, what's up? Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. Please share this out if you get a chance. We're going to be going live for a while here now. This is hunting, so it's not all kinds of action. We just had 2 doe out here. We had a spike chasing a doe. But the 2 doe is the only thing that I put on the live so far. The other 2, the spike and the 8-point came this morning, but you're going to have to watch the video. I can't even chat when hunting. You're looking for a buck with a crossbow. I'm not. My dad is. I'm tagged out. If you guys go look at my videos, I shot a 9-point in PA, and I shot a big 12-point in Ohio. and it's the rut, so anything can happen. But if anything happens out here in front of us, I'll definitely show you guys. That way you don't have to look at me all day. I just don't want a buck to come out when my dad's gone. And I am letting him use my crossbow, because he had his string break, and his limb was cracked. So they sent him new limbs, and we put the string on last night, but we don't know where he's shooting. I shot into the dirt yesterday just to test it out. It shot fine, but I'm whispering in my kitchen. Yeah, you know the deal. I don't know what spooked those doe, but just because they ran off don't mean they're not around, and they can get pushed back in there. A buck hears a doe running or something, he'll come in. So I rattled and grunted earlier, and that's when that 8-point came in. So you can still rattle and grunt at bucking right now. But I don't want to do any of that until my dad gets here, because my luck, I'll rattle or grunt and I'll have a shooter buck come in. No, my dad's not too particular. He's not like me. He'll shoot a 2.5-year-old. He did pass up the 8-point though last week. And it was a small 2.5-year-old 8-point. It wasn't nothing. It was only out to his ears. It was small. So we gotta get something bigger. We definitely gotta get something bigger in here. But that's the problem with the hunting the field edges. Those big buck don't like the open too much. They like to stay back in the timber. And I like hunting timber when I'm hunting. I like hunting the trails to the food plots in the woods. But my son, I'm trying to plant the seed with my son. So we come out to the food plot to hunt so he could see deer. That's one thing that I recommend. If you guys are taking the little one out, make sure they see deer. Get them excited. And my son has shot 4 deer. First 3 years he hunted out of this stand. He shot 2 4-points, a doe, and he got his 5-point this year, his biggest. His 5-point, his rack was just about as big as my 9-point. But it was only a 5-point. So that was kind of cool. I'm sure something's going to come out here. Maybe. I hope not, though. So we'll see. But yeah, thank you guys for coming in. Thank you for all your support, too, guys. I really appreciate each and every one of you. You guys are the reason why I do this. I love listening to you guys and learning off of you guys. Hopefully you pick up something from me. But if you guys would do me a favor, I have a store in my description I just opened this year. Go over to that store link and browse my store. I have a lot of cool apparel in there. If you buy some stuff, it actually helps support our channel. So let your friends know, let your YouTube friends know, let your friends know. Go over to the store, check it out. If anybody, I don't like to ask, but a lot of people do it. And if anybody would like to donate to the channel as well, it helps. It goes right back into our channel. I have a PayPal and Venmo in my description as well. But go over to the store. We have a lot of cool stuff. I just introduced some hunting stuff this year. I have some camo hats in there. I have a bunch of hats, different styles. Yeah, it was MB. If you didn't watch my son's video, you could hear him breathing when he gets so into it. It was buck fever for sure, and it was pretty awesome to sit here and listen to him breathe because he had the microphone on. And when that deer, when he was getting ready to shoot, you could hear him breathe. And then after he shot, he really started hyperventilating. And the deer stood right on this gas line and turned around and looked in the field because all the deer were still in the field. And it fell, staggered, but it stood back up. And it just stood there. And he goes, I know you hit him. I know I hit him. I know I hit him. And then we backed out because the deer walked into this thicket. And we went down the camp for about an hour, and then we come up and he was laying 40 yards in the woods there, so it worked out really good for him, and he was super happy, so, which makes me happy. But getting back to the store and stuff, yeah guys, I'd appreciate it if you guys go over there. I have some new hex gear. Pops is going down to he went to go to the bathroom, Ruger. He's down the He just walked out. He just stood up. He just sat up like the Undertaker, the wrestler, the Undertaker, and was like, I gotta go to the bathroom. So he went down to the camp, and he is gonna be coming back up. But we just had a couple doe in the field. I was just showing them, but they ran off. They got scared by something. I don't know what it was. And then my dad had to go to the bathroom, so he left and went down to the cabin. He'll be back up soon. But he didn't walk out into the field. He went down through the woods here, which is a better exit. But getting back to the store, I have some new camo hex gear. Did you see the video? I appreciate that, MB, for sure. But I got the hex gear. Now that is a camo, like a weird camo. It's like an everyday, you can wear out camo. We have different colors, like blue, gray, red. But you don't want to wear that in the woods, but it's a hex camo. It's like dots. So I wanted to do that for like an everyday wear. I got camo hats. I got 2 different styles of hats. I got the hats that have the logo in the middle, and I got the hat that has the logo on the left side of the hat, I believe, or right side of the hat. And then we got some new camo shirts, like mossy oak and real tree. So definitely go over there. We have some nice fishing gear as well, hats and things like that. So definitely go over, check it out, pick up yourself some shirts. The video that I'm cutting right now, obviously I'm not videoing right now, I'm doing a live. But the video of our hunts, it has the 8-point and everything on it, and whatever else happens this evening, I'm going to be doing a watch and win. So my next video that comes out is going to be a watch and win, and you're going to win a bottle of the core body foam from a limit shield. I thought I heard my dad coming, but he's not. My dad didn't bring any snacks either. I can go all day without eating, and I love to eat, guys, but I get so excited when I'm in the woods. I'll take snacks when I'm down in Ohio, and when I'm hunting myself, I'll take a lunch in with me. But I open up all my wrappers before. That's a tip I want to tell you guys. My dad drives me crazy. When he comes in, he brings like a giant Eagle plastic bag, like a shopping bag, and he's had like stuff in aluminum foil, and that stuff is so loud. It drives me nuts. What I do, and this is a tip for all you guys and girls that go hunting, is all your candy bars and everything, take them out of that cellophane wrappers and put them in a sandwich bag, like a Ziploc, the kind, not the kind you pop open, the kind you zip. Put them all in a baggie. I usually use, what I do is I'll put like granola bars, a handful of like Slim Jims or beef jerky, M&Ms or peanut M&Ms, and I throw it all in the bag, and I put that in my pack, and that's what I eat all day when I'm hunting the rut, when I'm out all day. And make sure you stay hydrated. And I don't recommend you drinking iced teas all day because that dehydrates you. Always have a bottle or two of water or some kind of a hydration drink, because you got to be on your toes in the woods. And you don't want to be making all kinds of unnecessary noise, especially when you're not in a blind, when you're in your tree stand. You don't want to be opening wrappers and stuff like that. So I'll get like peanut butter and jellies, and I'll make what I call half sandwiches, what I take, and I put them on one piece of bread and I fold them in half, and I put like 10 of them in a bag, and I eat them all day. So I'm hoping my dad comes up through the woods again and he don't come out through this field. We'll see when he comes up. But yeah, getting back to the support and everything, I really do appreciate all the support you guys have. We're growing steady. We're not growing fast, but we're growing steady, and I appreciate that. So I appreciate you guys watching. We got a lot of watch time, so we know that our people are watching our videos, and that's what's important to us. I'd rather have 1,000 subscribers that watch our videos than have 10,000 that are just subscribers from shorts and stuff that don't really watch our videos. Here comes my dad now. Yeah, he's coming. Unless that's a big buck. That's him. Alright, he's back. What? We're still live. Which way did you come up?
Back way over this way. Oh man.
Alright, so we didn't see nothing yet. I just want to know why them deer got spooked. But I did see something in them bushes moving, so I don't know if that deer just walked off or not.
Was there another one there? Or that two you were talking about?
No, them two I was talking about.
Something scared him.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. But we'll see.
There's definitely a trail. See here.
Yeah, so I would think that they would come through there, but I haven't seen a deer come up there at all.
I stayed above the trail. But it comes straight across from.
Right here.
Yep.
Yeah. I think that's where that 8-point was on that morning.
You could see it real plain.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That 8-point to come across last week, when he ended up here, he probably come across this way, unless he was coming down the field edge. I don't know. But We ain't seen nothing for a while now. I mean, them deer were out there feeding and something spooked them. So, I don't know what that was all about. And hopefully something comes back in. We could show you. But yeah, I was looking through them into the bushes over there and I seen something moving. It looked like it was walking to the left, so I don't know if it was that deer that spooked in there or what.
The little one ran into that corner.
Yeah.
The big one right in there between it.
Yes, I know.
They didn't go up the path. They ran right straight into the woods.
I don't know. You didn't see nothing when you went down there, right?
Nothing.
Yeah, so we don't know what the heck's going on now. We'll see. We're just sitting and waiting.
It's warm out in the sun.
But they all seem to come out from across there right now. That one doe this morning come out from the right of us. I don't know where she came from. But I could think of this evening deer will come back out to feed too. I mean, anything can happen during the day, but the evening when they get back into feeding, and then hopefully them doe come out. And if there's a buck, they pull a buck in with them, so. What's this? What did they say? Live chat. What's it say? Because I'm trying to do it, but I don't want it to get taken down. How do you upload a hunting video with a rifle and not get restricted? Just put out there, not made for kids. I put it out there. I've done a couple rifle hunts. Now, I have not shot a deer on camera with a rifle, but my son has. And we didn't get it taken down, so you just got to, and it depends how old you are and what your settings are set at. If you're younger, you won't be able to put that stuff on YouTube because you're underage. But if you set up your channel that way, then you're limited to what you can put on. So that's just how it is. So you gotta be careful. I mean, I would try it, and then if they restrict it, then you just RUKU Outdoors. Yeah, because I'm trying to do it, but I don't want it to get taken down. Well, you'll know because it'll go through a check, and then they'll let you know if it's I don't think that they will give you a hit on it. They will give you they'll just take it down. Then you'll know not to do it. But I have yet to get my stuff taken down. But it depends on your age. If you're younger and your channel's set up for like kids, then they won't put it on there. It looks good out there.
It's nice in the sun.
Mm-hmm. Just a waiting game. That's what I call it hunting. I'd love to show you action all day, but that doesn't happen in hunting, so you're getting it the way it really happens. Yep, no problem. I got the ozonics on as well. And then I have the wind checker with me. This thing is so neat. I want to show you. Ted, there are at least 1 or 2 new rules from YouTube a year. It always, what does the field look like? I'll show you it in a second here. I want to see what they said. What does the field look like? Ted, there are at least 1 to 2 new rules from YouTube a year. It always changes. Yep. So this is the wind scent checker. You go like this and you can check your wind. It's neat how it works. I don't even know. It's a stick. You put it in this little tube and you blow and you have the scent to check it. And it's blowing this way, so we're good. I'll show you guys the field. Hold on. Let's see if I can show you. It's zoomed in. Whoops. There's the field. That's what we're looking at right there, guys. And our food plot is all through here, and it goes all the way down to our right, about 100 and some yards. But I don't edit none of my lives. Whatever happens, happens in my lives. I don't like editing lives because why would I do a live if it ain't live? I don't like to edit. Some people will edit their lives. Now, if something bad happens in a live or something, I could see people cutting it out, but I try to give it to you just like we're seeing it here. So I don't edit anything in the live. But some people will go back and they'll put like commercials in it and stuff like that. But I just do it the way it is live, and then I upload it just the way it happened. The only thing with a live is you don't get the watch time during your live. The live has to be published from YouTube first. And then once it's published, then your watch time starts counting. Like all the people that come in and watch it, you get a bunch of watch time for your live. And some people think that they're getting that time on their channel. And they're not. It doesn't count towards your channel until it's published. So once it goes through all the checks, with this one will probably be tomorrow. Then once it's published and people start watching it after it's published, you'll get the watch time. But when I do this live and I end it, people can go in and watch it, but it still doesn't count towards your watch time until they do their checks and check out everything. And then it'll say watch time since published. Then that's your watch time you're getting on your channel, not all the watch time before. Some people have a misconception that they think, oh, I had 200 hours of watch time during that live. It doesn't count towards your channel until it's published, so that's all gone. Now, it's good that you have people watching here because it helps push it out, but it does not count until it is published. So remember that. So people think they'll get monetized, so I'll just do a bunch of lives. It doesn't work like that. Now, if people come in and watch it after it's published, that's when you get your watch time.
Let me ask you a question here.
Yeah.
When they left, didn't make any noise. They just left.
Yeah.
When a buck might get scared, he snorts.
Yeah.
Did those snort the same way to get? Well, they didn't. That's really strange.
Yeah, that's why I don't know why they ran. If the wind swirled, but I don't think it would have smelled us because we take all that precautions. And, I mean, you're never scent free 100%, but the way the wind's blowing, I don't think they smelt us. I think one got spooked from noise, and then one ran and the other one ran because the other one ran, and they didn't blow out of here.
No.
But when a doe snorts during the rut, they're basically just giving up their location. So if another buck is around and a doe snorts in your area, you don't have to get worried about it, because now that doe is just calling out to that deer saying, hey, I'm over here. And that buck in the rut will come to check that doe out. So that actually can help you. A lot of people think that hurts you, but in the rut, it won't really hurt that bad. It's basically a doe giving up her position, saying, hey, I'm over here. And that buck that's cruising 100 yards down the hill there that you don't see, hears that doe snort and knows there's a deer up there. So more than likely, he's going to come up and check it out.
I was just wondering, because they didn't make any noise when he left. He just left.
Yep. Which is a good thing, because that means they'll come back. So yeah, if you think about everything, it makes sense. Because a doe snorting, like a doe snorting in early October at you is different than a doe snorting during the rut, because the bucks are wanting to find a doe. And if a buck is 100 yards away and he hears a doe snort, he's going to be like, okay, there's a doe up there. This snorting doesn't really bother him. He'll come and try to find a deer. So it can actually help you. So don't be all frustrated if a doe snorts at you during the rut. Just a little something. Just a little something to think about. I'm just waiting for all hell to break loose at any time. Just something come running through and then deer running everywhere. But it seems like the rut down here has been really calm. Last week, not too much. You had a little bit of pushing, but they were all young deer. Just pushing, you know. It wasn't in. And now it should be about full swing. And then by next week, those bucks are going to be locked down on does. You're going to have no movement unless the does move. And that's a tough time to be hunting. But you got to still be out hunting. That's why you get in them travel corridors. But that's what we're looking at, guys. That field, all day we'll be staring at that field. And woods around us too, but I'm banking on them deer coming up East Funnel, so I don't know why, but I am. There's a perfect funnel to the left of us. And I seen that one deer go down yet last week, that one buck, 6 point, but I haven't seen a deer come up it. Now that 8 point walked over to it last week and then walked out in front of us. But other than that, I haven't seen the deer over there. But we have pictures of the deer on our cameras at night, so we know they're here. It's just a matter of having them show themselves. Yeah, don't do that. You're making noise. Move that screwdriver on the ground or something. If I do another live later, it's just going to be called part 2. It's probably going to have the same thumbnail, just so you guys know. Then I'll put part 2 out if we're going to do another one later. But this is hunting. Just sitting waiting. Are we under antler restrictions? Yeah, it's, what is it, 4 on one side. Is it 3 up or 4? 3 up only? So it's 3 up.
Brown time.
What?
3 up on a brown time.
So that's 4. Yeah, it's 4. You can't. 3 up without a brow tine. That's what that means. Yeah, it's antler. You have to have 4 points on one side, including the brow tine.
You should never really change that. But then,
I don't want them to change it.
because they're seeing a lot of young bucks. They said the insurance company has a lot to do with that.
Yeah. They won't change it. They like what they're doing with the antler restrictions. People are shooting bigger deer because of it.
Mm-hmm.
We just need that one buck to come out, just one. Or we need the one big doe to come out and feed and bring something in.
Was it 3 years ago? We had 4 bucks in the field right there together.
Mm-hmm. Well, last week we had a couple bucks out there, just small ones though. No shooters. That's the thing. I haven't seen a shooter on. I haven't seen a shooter on its feet down here yet. But we get a bunch of pictures of them at night, but they're not showing themselves during the day. But if we got dogs running around the property, that'll kill it too. Dogs and humans are the top thing for not seeing deer. Some people just put their camera out and do a live and don't say nothing and just show it. I think that's boring. I mean, it's kind of boring now, but I just think at any time that you open a window up here, you're gonna just see a buck somewhere. I gotta get something to come out. Should have brought some snacks up.
Man. I wanted to get back up. I don't want to touch her. Oh, you want to get done?
Got 6 people in here right now. There's a dirt bike. I hear a dirt bike. Not close though, but I hear one. What's it say? Hey Logan, what's up, buddy? Just hunting today. We had an 8-point come in earlier, a spike chasing a doe, and then 2 more doe. I had the doe on the live, but I didn't have the spike or the 8-point. They came in earlier this morning. But we're just doing the live, showing you guys what we're up to today. Nothing coming down that hill. I just see that deer coming down that gas line too. Bob said it's windy in Ohio, so.
Is it? Well, that storm's coming.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, that should be good. I mean,
That's why today should be good, because the front's moving in. All the deer should be feeding
some heavy rain too.
all day. I'll be fishing.
We need it.
Yep. Yeah, for sure.
Then it's gonna be warm again.
Yeah, next weekend it's supposed to be nice.
And I hope this stuff will regenerate.
Yeah, but the growing season for the plants are just about done.
No, and you got 70-degree temperatures now.
Yeah. Pretty boring watching the woods, huh?
What did you call them shoots?
Foxtail. Yep.
See how they're all going?
Yeah. Them turkey were eating them last time. Me and Theo were down here hunting. Them turkey come in this field and we're picking at all those seeds. And then I looked it up and it said, the weather's beautiful. It's a little chilly. It's probably 40-some degrees now. Out in the field it's probably a little warmer where the sun's hitting, but it's a little chilly here in the shade in the blind. But very comfortable. Pretty quiet. It's a little breezy.
Every once in a while it picks up.
What's that?
Every once in a while the breeze picks up pretty good. That's how I know that doe came from over there.
Yep. Yeah, the first thing in the morning she was over there. I think she came up out of the valley, probably.
Yeah, I think we should have come this way.
Yeah, I don't know. What time is it? I don't have a time on my screen here. On my camera screen. I don't have it. $11:30. Okay. We're going to go for a little longer, guys, and then we're going to end it, and then I'll do a part 2 later. But I'll probably end it and that deer will come out. I want to move it back. You guys are probably sick of that. At least you could see me right in the start of the show. Yeah, I know. No movement, but usually this time is usually pretty, everybody's leaving to go eat lunch and stuff, and sometimes them deer will move. They know that, so they move. So that's why you stay in there during lunchtime. Because people until 10 or 11, and then they get out. Them deer, believe it or not, they know that. And they will move. Especially the bigger bucks. 10 to 2 is a great time to hunt. I shot a 10-point down Ohio at noon, and it was 88 degrees out. And then we drug it. I took my shirt off to drag the deer, and a bigger deer came down because it heard the noise, and Bob was trying to shoot that one. I was in Ohio about 15 years ago. Thanks for being in here. Everybody, hit that like button. If you hit the like button, we'll see a buck. Yeah, there's a ton of pears on them trees still. I don't know across the way what it is. If there's anything on them.
Yeah.
Is there? I mean, that's where the deer are. That's where they all are going to, so there has to be something.
And the squirrels in there too.
Yeah.
The squirrel will take that pear and strip it all out just to get the seeds out of it and throw the pear away.
Nothing moving at this time. Or at least in our area. Bob's been seeing deer all day. But you never know. Never know when they come in.
Can't get them from the guns.
Alright guys, well, we're not gonna, I guess we'll stay for a little longer. I don't know. See what else shows up. Then we'll end it. Then we'll probably go into a part 2 later. It'll be the same thumbnail. And then we will see hopefully with some more action. Just gotta stare at the woods and look for movement. It's funny because you could be staring in one spot and a deer just appears. It's crazy how they just show up. Get a little breezy. It's crazy how much noise a squirrel make. They're like ounces. And a deer coming through, you can't hear them. Well, there ain't much going on right now, guys, so I think we're going to end it. And then we're going to get back on later. So if you see us get back on, make sure you stop in. Make sure you share us out, hit that like button. We will see you probably later, so I'm going to end it now. Shut this off, and we're just going to sit back and relax. And you didn't see anything, Ray? We had 2 doe in the field just a little bit ago. We had an 8-point, and what was the other one? A spike. We had a spike chasing a doe in the field here. And then the 2 doe that came in got spooked off. They just ran off. And that was about it. So, but we're going to end this now. And then we're going to come back a little bit later. So make sure you guys come back in. So we'll see you on the next hunt.